Behind every spirit lies a story, and some refuse to stay silent. Over the years, our cameras have captured chilling whispers, moving objects, and moments that defy logic. Tonight, we invite you into the museum archives to count down the top 10 moments captured in the Haunted Museum and Spirit Shop, Stoke.
We all kind of looked at each other just to confirm that we all heard it.
Yeah. To witness with your own eyes, sitting around the table, was quite a frightening experience.
It actually blew all of us minds.
I mean, in 4 years, it's the highlight for me, witnessing and experiencing something like that. The energy to look at girls to the face.
And I had no idea that this was happening.
Oh my goodness!
#1 clip in the top 10.
Has to be. I think it's a clip that will stick with us for a long, long time.
And it's going to take something major to take over the #1 spot for me personally to do with this.
Kicking off our list at number 10 is 3 distinct bangs, so loud that they could send shivers down the spines of even the bravest of men.
That's right. What does that want?
It's got to be me being in the building to experience how loud this was. One of the most loudest and physical sounds that I've heard in the building. And to have guests in here and the way it happened, where we were situated in the seance room, and how physical the noises were, that we originally believed that the sounds were coming from outside the building. And as you'll see in the video, where first protocol for us is to go through the office on the external of the building to see if anybody was around, and it was completely empty. We checked the outside cameras.
Nobody on the roof, mate.
It was bang, bang, bang.
No, yeah, that was loud.
Then to come inside and start working through the footage on the CCTV, and finally discovering that those noises came from inside this building, from the chapel itself, was quite daunting to think that something so physical, so loud that could have happened in here was just pretty much unbelievable. And then later on in the evening as well, we also had the same experience, not as loud, but the same sequence of knocks, again from the same area, captured on camera from inside of this building.
That's right. What does that want?
What I would only class as, it must have been some form of poltergeist activity to make a sound like that inside of a building, with nothing to be moved, nothing physical had fallen over, just totally unexplainable.
Taking the number 9 spot is a DVP of a blood-chilling disembodied cackle that can be heard by guests and picked up clearly by the camera.
It feels lovely. This one, you know, like on the door.
Yeah.
It feels so nice.
So in spirit,
And stuff.
what can you do? Just weird. What the fuck did you hear that?
So in this clip, we had been doing an SD session. We had come off the SD session, and then we all 4 of us very, very clearly heard a DVP of this cackle.
So in spirit, what can you do? Just weird.
It was so loud in the building. We all kind of looked at each other just to confirm that we all heard it, but it was so loud, and to hear a physical sound like that, when you know there's only 4 of you in the building, you're all in the same room, and it's none of you, it was a little bit daunting to hear that. But for me, that's definitely deserves to be in the top 10.
Guests thought they heard a breath, but after reviewing the CCTV footage, we discovered this bizarre movement. Sitting in at number 8, some serious poltergeist activity.
Who do you want to leave?
Read a name. Breathe. We are Mummy. Who are you talking to? Me. Who's me? Spirit here. Yeah, what's your name, please?
So we were in here, we had a group of people in, and we all very clearly heard 3 breaths. The group around the table thought that the breaths were by us, which was towards the back of the room, and we thought the breaths were coming from the opposite end of the room. So we went back on the footage to see if we could pick up any of the breaths to try and find out where they were. Going back on the footage, none of the breaths were picked up, but whilst watching it, we actually noticed that the lampshade behind me actually starts to move. Now, I was sat in that chair and I had no idea that this was happening. I didn't hear anything, I didn't feel anything. And if it wasn't for the fact of us actually hearing those breaths, we may not have actually got that piece of footage anyway. So it is definitely a memorable one for me, mainly because it was right behind me and I had absolutely no idea it was happening.
Number 7 is one of the most mysterious pieces of footage that we have captured in the 4 years of the museum. An echo, or wave of spirit, is an energy-based phenomenon of a collective of energy, a strong repetitive reenactment of a significant moment or circumstance, which can be experienced by psychics or through paranormal investigations, and this time it was picked up by our cameras. This echo produced the misty figures that you see before you almost travelling through the building. Let's slow the footage down to take another look at this uncommon occurrence. A sequence of bangs, each louder than the last. Number 6 showcases just how loud and violent some of the spirits attached to the artefacts can be.
It's my start. I just had it down just in case one of us needs it again.
Whoa.
What?
Do that band?
2 bangs.
Well,
And again.
Do you want a strap band thing?
I don't like it.
Okay, so True Hauntings, we're in the building, we were upstairs in the asylum, and we heard 4 or 5 of the loudest bangs I've ever heard on an investigation.
These bangs that we heard in this building, if I'm going to be honest with you, scared the life out of me.
It was so visceral, it was so real. We thought someone was breaking in.
Hearing them in person was something next level for me that I can't describe.
We ran downstairs, had a look around, and reviewing the footage, we confirmed that they were coming from the downstairs dark arts room.
And when we found out where the noises were coming from in that dark arts area, looking on the cameras outside, looking on the cameras in the rest of the building, it was so good to be able to identify the area in which they was coming from. And the group of people that were investigating this building with us just didn't know what to think. It was an epic moment within the museum. As we get into the top 5 of our list, things really start to get interesting. The incident you are about to see involves 3 things: a 100-year-old exorcism kit, 2 guests, and 1 very powerful spirit.
It's cool. Was it supposed to be?
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Right, that's just fallen over.
So there we go.
Oh my god!
In this jaw-dropping moment, a steel cross snaps from its base and propels itself forward out of its casing, startling the 2 guests.
So this is cool. This is supposed to be 2106. Go on.
But I think we need to get the owner.
Go and ask the owner. I'll stay here. Go on. Go and ask the owner. So we have literally just had. You've seen where we were standing. Me and Kimmy standing here. Nowhere near the actual exorcist box. So this is a proper exorcist box. Has just fell on its own. I don't know if it's like snapped or fallen off.
With the material that it's made out of, this is not a natural occurrence. But we still ask ourselves, what did this? How? And why?
It's cool. Was it supposed to be?
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Right, that's just fallen over.
So there we go.
Oh my god!
Number 4 showcases one of the haunted museum and spirit shop Stoke's most haunted and infamous artefacts, Mary, also known as Queen of the Museum. With real human hair and wearing a red dress while sitting in her very own rocking chair, this doll is known to blow bulbs in torches, follow you with her eyes as they move, and rock of her own accord in the very chair that she sits in.
Right.
So I think it feels quite heavy up here.
Yeah, it is like just coming up there. It's like a little bit.
Oh,
Mary's moving.
fuck off.
Mary's moving on the chair, guys.
No way.
This has been captured multiple times, whether the museum is empty or right in front of unaware guests. And one time, she forcibly came right out of the chair. Reaching number 3 on our top 10 list is one of the few physical apparitions captured on our cameras. It is fleeting, and if you blink, you might just miss it. If you look closely, you will see the face of a child that appears out of nowhere, turns, and moves away. Let's slow the footage down. Hitting number 2, a Ouija board session turns violent as candles are hurled across the table, not once, but twice.
But we don't know if he's still alive or not.
This is my question.
Right.
Right.
So Lucy's brought the... What? I live on.
If Frank is still alive,
Yeah.
then who's telling us who's Frank and
Right.
what he did on the board?
The energy of the little girls to the nose.
Whoa!
Did you see that candle come off then?
Candle's just flying across the fucking room.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Wow.
listen, let me finish.
Wow.
What you've got to think about now
Thank you.
is
Thank
this
you.
mirror came from the house where this little girl was harmed. If there's a dark energy attached to the mirror, the energy of what happened to Lucy.
Protection.
Yeah. Right?
I've
Just
been
relax.
hit.
Can I just say,
Right,
with having the
just
same
calm,
name,
calm,
I feel in such
calm.
a vulnerable position.
Right.
I've been hit.
What you've got to think is the dark attachment to the mirror could be the energy of what he did to the little girl.
Right.
Okay?
Right. Calm.
Remember that.
I can't believe this. I'm not joking.
This is a freaky live, okay?
I've just been hit and now the candle's
Can
Yeah.
we just clarify
across
that
the
the candle
table.
often...
Lucy.
What?
This is scary.
Please don't, because I can't breathe. The
I can't,
candles
I'll be
just
sort of
flew.
doing
Right, okay. I think at this minute now we should shut the book.
Oh,
Have you got this on film?
In this clip, here for me was one of those moments that to witness with your own eyes, sitting around the table and the girls doing the board. And we've been getting some very relevant information to one of the artefacts here at the museum, and information that they only knew small amounts of. And then when we witnessed these candles coming off the candelabra, the way and the manner that they did, It was quite a frightening experience for the girls around the table to experience and witness right there. You know, some of the ladies who were here to experience this had been on other investigations, other ghost hunts, you know, different places, had many different experiences, but nothing quite to the degree of what happened here on this table. And then to study back the footage of this, I witnessed it with my own eyes, and I must have watched that clip so many times to try and, you know, work out what may have caused the simple vibrations, movements of the girls around the table, and there's nothing for me that I could say that would cause those candles to come off in the manner that they did. And I think the item, the artefact that's in the museum that we were getting information through from the ladies and from what they were doing, it's quite a darkened item anyway. So did that heighten the activity that was in here? Very possibly, yes. Again, another iconic moment at the museum that I personally have no explanations for. Just something that blew my mind again.
And taking the #1 spot in our top 10 list, the same group, the same room, and 2 separate occasions. A spirit board is thrown off the wall during live stream investigations.
What the fuck? Fuck off, mate!
What was
I swear to God, like, Ouija board just come off the wall, we stand right there.
So for me on this one, just mind blown. This is why it was chosen by us all as the #1 clip in the top 10.
The first time we were in the next room in the chapel, myself and Craig were in there, and Axel and Sean were in the asylum, and this massive bang happened, which made us all jump, to be honest, because it was so unexpected. And then we noticed that the Ouija board had come off in the next room.
What the fuck? Fuck off, mate!
I think it scared us all who were in the building, myself, Gemma, Axel, Sean.
I didn't hear it the first time I was on an Estes method. I came off and everyone was just going absolutely crazy.
Who's trying to communicate with us? Dad. Are you looking for your dad, or are you the dad? What was that?
Off, mate!
What was that?
I swear to God, mate, the Ouija board just come off the wall, we stand right there, mate.
I couldn't believe what had happened. I heard it from the asylum room, and when Craig and Gemma were shouting that the Ouija board's just come off the wall, I couldn't believe what had happened. Something so physical like that coming off the wall, with the force that it did and the motions that it did when we reviewed it back on the cameras.
And it was so loud and it was so physical to have something like that happen. It actually blew all of us minds.
What the fuck?
The physicality to be in the building, to witness something so forceful, so loud, so physical. But then the second time, I think for me, was the one that made me go away thinking for a long period of time afterwards. Hard because we've got all these lights on.
I know.
So we might have to dim it down just a little bit for this one, guys. Just bear with. Yeah, that's okay. So obviously,
Whoa! Oh my God!
A month later, on a live feed, all of us standing, looking in that corner, and the board comes off again.
To see that in front of all 4 of us, knowing, you know, what happened only a month previous to that was just mind-blowing. And I think it'll take, for me personally, quite a lot. I mean, in 4 years, it's the highlight for me of witnessing and experiencing something like that.
Just a little bit for this one, guys. Just bear with. Yeah, that's okay. So obviously, oh my God!
Fuck off.
Fuck off! You've got to be joking.
Fuck off. What?
You've got to be on the live again, and it's landed face up, same place.
Came off, smack bang in the middle of the floor, and I couldn't believe it.
And for that board to come off directly at us was just something that is unbelievable. It's unexplainable.
It comes off the same way, but right in front of all of us. Completely unexpected, and I think it blew all of us minds, to be honest.
Hard because we've got all these lights on.
I know.
So we might have to dim it down just a little bit for this one, guys. Just bear with. Yeah, that's okay. So obviously,
Oh my god!
So yeah, so something passes over the laser grid there. So it's kind of hard because we've got all these lights on.
I know.
So we might have to dim it down just a little bit for this one, guys. Just bear with. Yeah, that's okay. So obviously, oh my god!
We just said all four of us are now back together. Let's set this up and see if we can make it fall.
correct. Working in the same areas, what it did before, can we get this?
Oh my
That
goodness.
It's a million to one chance.
A million to...
A fucking million
That
to
is
one
insane.
chance.
We literally said that will never happen again.
I think it's a clip that will stick with us for a long, long time.
And it's going to take something major to take over the number one spot for me personally to do with this.
The countdown ends, yet questions remain. Tonight's glimpses into the museum remind us that energy never truly dies. It waits patiently, quietly, and sometimes frighteningly, just beyond the edges of our perception, and sometimes it reaches out. Over the years, investigators, staff, and visitors alike have witnessed chilling events, all captured on our cameras. Apparitions, disembodied voices, objects that move on their own. These are the moments that defy explanation. What we have witnessed tonight is only a fraction of the unseen. The energy of the past lingers, weaving itself into every display, coming from every artefact, and hiding in every corner of the museum. Each clip reminded us that the museum is more than a collection of objects. It's a vessel for stories that refuse to die. Thank you for joining us in recounting the top 10 moments that chill even the bravest of souls. Keep your mind open and your senses alert, because in a place like this, history never sleeps, and neither do the echoes that it leaves behind.